Are you serious? Are you serious? What? Yes, Paris is paralyzed as arsonists attack the train commuter system, and it affects over 1 million people trying to get to the opening ceremony. An incredible situation. But folks, I only got one thing I can say. We saw this coming a mile away, and I don't think it's close to being over, unfortunately. This is crazy. But the million people who missed the opening ceremony, let me say, you didn't miss much. You probably are going to be all right. It was one of the freak shows of it. It was really weird. And it poured down the rain, and Emmanuel Macron was drenched wet, went home halfway through the ceremony. It was really an ugly scene. And with weird, let me tell you all about it, guys, just a second here, because this is really dangerous what has happened in France. If you suffer from any type of daily pain, I need you to listen to this message very carefully. What we know about the root cause of pain is changing forever. As we age, aches and pains are natural, and we are all searching for effective ways to relieve the pain without side effects and addiction. Let's be frank. We've all seen the horrors of the opioid crisis, and you may even been affected personally. And that's where a pioneering medical scientist comes in, Clint Winters. You may have seen this world-renowned health expert featured in the national media as he unveiled a natural pain reliever that is taking the world by storm. I'm telling you that it is called Cahanodyne, 100% drug-free way to get full-body pain relief without using dangerous pills. Clint Winters explained how he used Cahanodyne is the only compound on earth that optimizes your body's natural painkillers, which are called endorphins. And when taken daily, your body will fire back to relieving the pain like you were in your prime in just days. The best news about Cahanodyne is it has no documented side effects after 14 years of extensive testing. Listen, folks, go click on the link below in the description. Go to trycono.com/Paul. That's trycono.com/Paul. That's trycono.com/Paul. And you'll be glad you did. Well, and don't forget about getting your tickets for Aliens Among Us, because I'm telling you right now, it is unbelievable. Folks are getting their tickets. Get yours now. We're 7 days away. Next Friday, just about this time at 6 p.m. Eastern, next Friday, the webinar will be released, and you need to get your tickets so I can be sending your link to you personally to your email. You'll be ready to go. It's going to be incredible. As we talked about last night, Mike Around the World dropped so many bombs, but also L.A. Marzulli, BP Earthwatch, Harvard professor Avi Loeb, and on and on and on. Rex Bear. I mean, all these guys did a tremendous job. Stan Deo was incredible, and you don't want to miss this. Trains filled with Olympic athletes were stopped after coordinated arson attacks in France. France's rail network has been paralyzed by a series of coordinated arson attacks today, affecting nearly 1 million people who were traveling to the Olympic Games. Flames engulfed the train tracks at several strategic points across the country this morning, just hours before the opening of the Olympic ceremony was due to kick off on the river side there in Paris. Unbelievable. Even 2 German show jumpers set to take part in the opening ceremony missed the event because their train could not get down the tracks. There was arson. There was no longer a chance of making it on time. Officials condemned the attacks as the criminal actions, and prosecutors in Paris opened a national investigation saying the crimes would carry sentences of 15 to 20 years in prison. It was just unbelievable. Eurostar stopped in Paris is also affected by the attacks on the rail network. The national, it was an absolute disaster, a nightmare for 1 million people trying to get to the opening ceremony. I mean, they still had good crowds, but it would have been tremendously greater had this not happened. Plus the safety. If these trains had run up on these tracks and they were on fire in 4 different locations in the country of France trying to get to Paris, 4 different rails, and then that shut down all of this commuting, which created a logistic nightmare and a security breach unprecedented. And then it rained. The ceremony was awful. I mean, it was really poorly done. NBC tried every way in the world to talk about how great it was, but the fans were booing as there was too many lapses, as the athletes were coming not into a stadium, but were coming down the river on boats. But there was too many pauses in between to let Lady Gaga sing and let someone else dance over here, and all these different things were going on. It was more made for television than it was for the spectators, who were also standing in downpour rain. It literally poured. Paris was paralyzed in the pouring rain, and even Emmanuel Macron got so wet that halfway through it, he left the ceremony. It was just unbelievable. And then the freak show. I mean, there was so many freaky things. I mean, the fashion show was a freak show, and some of the weird costumes, and it was really kind of weird. Now, it would have been awesome. They had the iconic Eiffel Tower. They had the Louvre. They had, some of this iconic things they could have incorporated, and they tried to incorporate into the entire ceremony, but the ceremony itself was spread out over a city, and so unless you were in certain parts of the city, you've seen some things, but you couldn't see everything. And then the lighting of the torch, the cauldron, was not a cauldron. It was a hot air balloon, and then there was fake smoke, and it was really, I don't even know what to say. It was, it was just, there was all kinds of weird symbols. Some of these symbols were mockery. Some of this stuff was freaky. There was that one guy, that bearded guy in drag, he seemed to get more airtime almost than anybody. And then there was all kinds of other weird things going on. But there was some culture they were trying to bring out. I understand, but at the same time, I just don't know. I mean, I don't think this is going to be a rave review. And they spent $1.5 billion on this. What? I mean, are you serious? If you're an average citizen of France who's struggling to get your medicines and your health care, you're wondering what in the world, who is running your nation? It was really weird. But anyway, the more importantly than all the weirdness, I can forget about all the weirdness. More importantly, terrorist, arsonist, setting the tracks strategically on fire in different locations, shutting down the train traffic for over 1 million people. And that's just to get the opening ceremony underway. There's 39 different sporting events throughout the country of France. How in the world are they going to be able to maintain and to keep the security well enough to protect the athletes, the fans, the people who are traveling in from different countries all over the world? You just got to wonder how that's all going to shake out. And yeah, the athletes have been punishing in these village apartments because they were built without any air condition, okay? Because usually it's cool in France. But here's the problem. It's been unprecedented heat. Temperatures over 100 degrees. Temperatures in the high 90s. And these athletes are trying to sleep in these villages called the Olympic Villages, and they've been trying to, but they can't get no rest because the unbearable heat. And this has been going on for a period of time. It's really strange. And then today, you talk about raining on the parade. I mean, it poured, and it poured for the whole 4 hours. Unbelievable. So you got to wonder what in the world is happening in Paris, in France today, and what is going to take place. It's really sad. It's really upsetting to the French people. There's no doubt. The media can't even put a spin on it. It's just too weird. It's just incredible, really, what has happened here. But we will watch and see. Really, forget all the distractions. I'm more concerned about the public safety in the next 2 weeks in France. It's when you have this many sporting events, 39 different sports held in numerous different locations throughout the country of France, trying to pull together this Olympic Games. We will have to wait and see how this plays out. Wow. Wow. It was strange. It was strange.
I see geese flying high above the water, a child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway.
You can see the people behind me stranded in the train stations trying to get to Paris, paralyzed.
I feel the deepness of his weakness. I can taste the brandy sweetness.
And there's the soldiers in the streets.
At a roadside Idaho cafe. I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a-tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday. Falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth
Before the dawn.
I walk the lonely streets of Paris.
I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep,
reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway.
A lot of crazy stuff going on. Just no doubt about that. Again, you can get your tickets. Go to our website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. You'll see the purple banner across the screen. Click right on the banner. Click it. It'll take you right where to get your ticket. And don't miss this incredible webinar, which is unbelievable. It starts 7 days. We're 7 days away. Get your tickets today for Aliens Among Us. And we have put together some great speakers, no doubt about that. It's going to be a really interesting. I mean, you're going to find out stuff. There's so many bombs. I mean, really information that I can't believe Mike around the world, the information he dropped on us. But not just him. I mean, Avi Loeb was incredible, and he really was. And still was, and Stan Deo, in the Nordics. L.A. Marzulli goes on site to Roswell and finds metal shards from the crash. Incredible. You get to watch him picking it up out of the dirt. Steve Bassett is going to be sharing with you, of course, after I interviewed him after he came out of the congressional hearings last year on the UFO conference. And it's so that one, and Bart Begley with a great documentary on the history of UFOs and aliens. All of this, Larry Ragland, all of it is, guys, incredible. BP Earthwatch tells the story of seeing these UFOs. He was in Phoenix, Arizona when these UFOs went over. He saw them with his own eyes. An incredible situation. Guys, find out about all of this and how it relates to the biblical narrative in this webinar, Aliens Among Us. You can pick up the phone and call if you want to order your ticket by phone at 765-414-2230, or go to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com, or you can go to Eventbrite and you can order it there. Just be sure you're ready, because it is the best alien UFO, UAP, these strange phenomenons. It's the best one we've ever done. Greatest information ever. And you'll be binge watching this one, no doubt about it. Guys, I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. I'm going to ask you to really start praying for Paris, France, for safety. I mean, pray for safety for they already. I mean, they couldn't even get the opening ceremony over, and arsonists setting fires to 4 different locations on the railroad tracks, trying to derail the trains. This literally paralyzed Paris, and 1 million people could not get to the ceremony. This is incredible. And then there was nothing but a downpour of rain. Unbelievable, pouring the rain on the parade. You talk about raining on a parade. It just, oh my, and then it wasn't a very good ceremony on top of that. Real freaky. So there's a lot on the, look, give your life to Jesus Christ. If you're going to look for something, look for the Lord. Wow. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We had a lot of people get saved last night. I know there was 18 during the broadcast last night, and I think another 4 maybe in the comments in the archives after the broadcast. And there's still more I believe more will be saved. Because time is running out. I'll be back with more right here on the coming apocalypse. Are you serious? Are you serious, that guy?